Hey guys, sorry for the delay. Justice got his coronavirus vaccine and wasn't feeling too good. I did also want to point out that You Look Like a Man has some new merch. I did get a couple of stickers, and then I got this really cool shirt, which says "Kinda Natty, Kinda Not." Love it. I've already been out doing some cardio this morning. Went to the grocery store. I don't know if you can see Apollo or not, but he's here too. So my daughter Jordan actually asked me to respond or, yeah, do a reaction to this. Plus size people answer questions you're too afraid to ask. And I feel like, again, because I've been more than plus size, I thought it'd be interesting. And it is Buzzfeed. So take that with a grain of salt. You know, they definitely seem to be biased towards one end of the spectrum. So we're going to go from that. Right, Apollo? It's cold right here, isn't it? The temperature dropped here like 20 degrees today, so it's a little chilly for me. It's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels cold. So here we go. Plus size people answer questions you're too afraid to ask.
Literally like eating a salad. They're like, you're like gonna have a heart attack. I'm like, you know nothing about me.
Today we will be answering questions about us plus size people that you might be too afraid to ask.
When you don't fit into society's beauty standards, there are so many misconceptions about you. People tend to think that...
I mean, there's misconceptions about women in strength sports too. Like, there's misconceptions about everyone, not just fat women.
we're lazy, or that...
Okay. The lazy thing, I was lazy, you guys. I was 310 pounds. It wasn't because I was motivated to not be lazy and exercise. And you have to be disciplined with your diet too. And if you can't be disciplined with your diet because there's something feeding into that, then you need therapy, which I had to do all of that.
we don't care for ourselves. People really think these things. And I'm like, hello?
You know what? I'm a bad regardless. So let's open up your minds to see.
I want them to open up their minds as well to realize that it's okay to not think like they do. Like, I get a lot of pushback when I'm told I'm wrong for the way I think and the way I live my life and the way I choose to eat and the way I choose to train and et cetera, et cetera. And it's not healthy to be obese, period. It's not. You might be metabolically healthy right now because you guys are all young. It won't stay like that. Promise.
What the truth is.
Question number 1. This is a good one.
How do you feel about the term plus size versus fat? Plus size, usually I see it as the term that I refer to when I'm talking about fashion, and fat is when I'm talking about myself and my body.
So when I was fat, I didn't want to be called fat. I didn't want to be called plus size. I didn't like either one of the terms because it hurt my feelings. And that was a Tia problem. That wasn't an industry problem. That wasn't anyone else's problem. That was my own problem. So if these girls can call themselves fat, girls, they, them, whatever. I know one was they, he. You can call, I don't care about pronouns. I mean, I'll call you what you want to be called. It doesn't matter to me. These folks, if you can call yourself fat, that's cool. But I know when I was a kid, I'm old, I'm pushing 50, and people called me fat when I was a kid. Those were fighting words. And so I feel like they've taken back that word, which cool.
Personally, for me, both words are just a descriptor.
I've been calling myself the fat Rihanna for like the last 2.5.
The fat Rihanna. I wonder how Rihanna feels about that. Like, putting yourself on a pedestal with Rihanna. That's like saying because Helly Trevino helps me with my diet, I'm the 40. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's not even the same thing. That's not.
I have 3 years. I'm not walking around saying that fat means what y'all have deemed it to mean.
Fat is good. If you are a plus size person who's uncomfortable with the word fat, I obviously have empathy for you and I understand why. If you're a straight size person who's like, fat is bad, that's fat phobia and you have to.
Okay. So anytime, this is the problem that I have. Anytime you don't agree with them, here we go, fat is bad, you're fat phobic if you think that. I have been morbidly obese. That was bad. That was bad for my health. My doctor said, if you would like to see your children grow up, I suggest you get less fat, which is what I did. I am absolutely afraid to ever be that fat again. Why? Because I like living, period. So if that means I'm fat phobic, then I'm fat phobic. I don't look at these people and go, ew, yuck, ew, wouldn't want to be friends with them, or I don't want to be as big as you, because I have been that big and bigger, and it's crap. It's a terrible life. I'd slept poorly. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't tie my own shoes. I remember towards the end, before I lost the weight, and I've talked about this, where if I had shoes that needed to be tied, which I made a point of not buying those shoes. Everything was a slip-on. But I did have tennis shoes, and if I wore them, I would wiggle my foot into them, and then I would take a deep breath, and I would bend down, tie my shoe, get back up, take another deep breath, and do it again. We have seen, remember watching Foodie Beauty when she talked about Pete's having to come home to put her socks on for her? Sorry, that's not a life I want to live, and that's bad. And that is because she has too much fat on her body. So if that means I'm fat phobic, then I'll take it.
Get over it.
The fear
I'm not gonna get
of
over
fatness that lives in society. The moment you take it, people are like, no, you're not fat, you're plus size. Like, no.
I don't agree with her either. Like this changing of you telling me what I think.
I'm fat and I'm successful. I'm all of this, I'm all of that.
The opportunity.
I will tell you, when I was fat, I was also successful. I was married. I had a home, 2 cars, 3 beautiful children. I was very successful in my career. I remember when I left I was with State Farm at the time, and when I left State Farm to take the job that I had when I met Bob, my boss was really upset that I was leaving because I was good at it. Like, being fat doesn't mean that you are unsuccessful in life necessarily. Back to the whole lazy thing. I was lazy. I didn't want to cook nutritious meals because I could go through a drive-through. I didn't want to get my fat ass out there and go exercise and get the weight off. Laziness is a component of that.
I was still fat, and it has not stopped anything. The hoes still run every summer.
And I got hit on almost every day of the week too. So I was cute too.
To this big belly and this fat ass.
Do you feel defined by your size?
Personally, I don't think I'm defined by my size, but I feel like strangers and others define me by my size.
I felt defined by my size for sure because I was unhappy, and I think people will judge you. Obviously, people judge me now. People look at me and judge me by my tattoos. That's fine because I'm confident in who I am now. I hated being morbidly obese. I might have said, no, I'm happy with who I am. I wasn't, though. And I also believe that a lot of the people in this video who are like, I'm totally happy being morbidly obese, I just don't necessarily buy it. I think that they're happy with many components of their lives, but I also think if they were able to not change a thing and take a pill and not do anything different and the weight would come off, I think they would take the pill.
They see me, they see my body, and they already have assumptions.
Sometimes I feel like people categorize me in the black mammy stereotype.
The black mammy stereotype, what is that? I don't think many people know what that is. And I think that is also putting off maybe what you think people are perceiving you as onto other people and thinking that's just projection. That feels like projection because I've never.
People treat me like I'm their mom because I'm a tall, dark-skinned, plus-size woman. So I'm just.
People treat me like I'm their mom too because I'm 47 years old. So is there a problem with that? Why is that?
Supposed to baby them and be this asexual side character. I had to learn how to become the main character, and I had to learn how to stand in my own truth.
I'm trans, and I think that being fat has really influenced my gender in a lot of ways too. There is this expectation to be like hyper gendered. For plus size women, you have to be like
Hypergendered. Okay.
hyper feminine to be desired.
No, you don't. No. And this person identifies as trans. I saw the pronouns they, he. So I don't know if this person's not choosing to medically transition and it's a social transition. Because obviously this person has very large breasts, which makes them look more feminine, obviously. Breasts are usually equated with femininity with female, which is fine. He has really rad tattoos. He also has brows that I would kill for. I have very light, sparse brows that I have to fill in. So everyone is judged on our appearance. Sorry, there's dog hair. Sorry, Apollo. Everyone's judged on their appearance. And I give off a certain, people will make assumptions about me. Everyone gets made. It just depends. Are you okay with those assumptions? And you know what? Again, at the beginning when she said you need to get over your fat phobia, well, you kind of have to get over what you think people are perceiving you as, because you can't change it unless you change your outward appearance. And if you don't want to do that, oh well. Like, I'm not going to change how I look because someone might perceive me a way I don't want to be perceived. Whatever.
Desirable. And for like plus size men, you have to be like super rugged. I think for plus size trans people,
okay, the plus size men that have been in my life were not super rugged. They were more like super cuddly, super gentle, super rugged's not at all.
it gets very confusing.
Sometimes I feel defined by my size because of what society has made it. Sometimes I just want to walk down the street in like a wild outfit and not be like, yes, girl, yes, you're doing it. I just want to.
But that's not true either, because sorry, but people are going to react to you, and that's such a positive thing if someone's reacting to your outfit like that and being so encouraging of you, and then at the same token you're complaining about how people are reacting to you when they're not being positive. So you can't have it both ways. It doesn't work like that. You don't get it.
Walk down the street and be fat and hot.
Do you imagine yourself to be happier in a smaller body? No!
Yes. Speaking, again, I am coming at you guys as someone who's been morbidly obese and gone through hell and back with her health, and am now sitting at, on Helly's diet and Marcia's training. I woke up at 1:48 this morning. I might hit the 1:30s by Jamaica. And things are like looking a lot leaner, like I'm getting a little more, like the fat going away, kind of feel like Marcia is right, like the less fat you have, it'll make you actually kind of, your muscles look bigger because you have less fat. And my waist has gone down. My waist is almost below 30 right now, which it hasn't been in years. But I will say that, yes, I'm sorry, I don't believe that people don't fantasize about having a normal BMI and thinking, okay.
This question's rude.
I feel like this idea comes
And you
from,
wonder why people are afraid to
fat
ask.
people being a failed
skinny person.
Yes.
And it's not the case. I don't dream of being a size 0. I don't dream
of being a size 0 either. I'm a 4 or a 6 depending on what I'm wearing. I do have a size 2 dress I can still fit into comfortably. I feel like it's mislabeled, but I mean, I will tell you, so when I lost my weight initially back in 2003, when I met Bob, I was a size 8, and I was very happy at a size 8. You know, I was big boobs, I was curvy, I had my tummy tuck. I had not had my boobs done yet though, but I'd had my tummy tuck, size 8, felt good. I still own those jeans I wore on my first date with Bob, and they're too big, but I keep them for posterity's sake. But then they were Lucky Brand jeans, the sweet and low cut, and I loved them. And I'm telling you, I'm infinitely happier as a straight size person because I don't have to buy 2 airline tickets. I don't have people looking at me in disgust. And yeah, that is a they problem. However, society's perceptions of you can get to you. And okay, I know I can fit comfortably anywhere if I had to sit on any public transportation. I know that if I wanted to go to an amusement park, I could fit through the turnstiles, I could fit on a ride. Life is infinitely better as a straight size person. And guess what? I don't have high cholesterol anymore. My triglycerides aren't out of control. And a lot of these people might say, my lab work is great. And like I've said a million times before, and I'll say it a million more, your labs are great right now because you're young and you have youth on your side. Your metabolic panel will not stay that way if you choose not to do something about your weight while you're young. And you will end up with type 2 diabetes. It will catch up with you. It catches up with you.
of like looking like runway models. I dream of being my happiest, fullest
She's
self
beautiful.
in my way.
The only time that I have ever wanted to be a
And so were
smaller
they.
body size, I think, was in high school, shopping and going shopping with your friends and finding like an outfit in a physical store was like a hot thing to do. Stores.
Okay, so I have I'm 5'8", which isn't overly tall, especially, our children are giants. I know it's a little more taller than average for the average American woman, I think is 5'4". But all my height is in my legs. My inseam is 36 inches. So that's hard for me. If I want to find pants that go to my ankles, I often have to order them online and buy them in, because they don't have a 30-inch waist with 36-inch inseam in the store. I have to buy them online. So, everyone has their cross to bear.
Often wouldn't have even XLs. And if they were, they weren't cute, really picked over, or just not my style.
All I'm thinking about is the amount of horribleness I would have to put my body through to become a skinny person. Not
The amount of horribleness you'd have to put your body through. What does that even mean? Does that mean you wouldn't be able to eat everything you wanted and you might have to actually care about the quality of food that you're eating? Because I can tell you that I feel a million times better because the only processed food I eat right now is protein powder. I feel fucking amazing. And I live to go to the gym. I love how I feel when I'm training, after I'm done. I love how I look in the mirror. I love how I feel when I get up in the morning. I love guess what, guys? In the last 2 weeks, I've averaged 7 hours of sleep a night. Yeah, it's so bad.
nothing healthy would create a thin person out of me. And I would not be happier if I did those things.
Oh my God. Okay, well, I hope you live life to the fullest right now, because if you live to 60, I'll be surprised.
would be miserable. miserable.
How is your dating experience?
Oh my God, it's so sad to me that my life would be miserable if I didn't get to eat what I wanted, that is what quantifies life. That's terrible.
Compared to smaller friends?
I would say fine. My smaller friends date a lot more assholes than I do.
I'm telling you, I feel like being a plus size person helps you weed out the fatphobic people from the beginning.
People don't like to be public
Okay. Oh, what?
with me. Love me undercover. Text me on the low.
Now, see, that's what I was going to say. I feel like the first two folks there saying, oh, well, being plus size weeds out the jerks. BS, it does. Because, like she's saying, there are men, and I do find this fascinating. When I was really fat, bodybuilders were really into me. But they didn't want to, they aren't the type of people who want to take you out in public. They aren't the kind of people who would tell their family that I'm dating this fat person, because they want to be seen with someone who matches them aesthetically, right? And when you're fat, you are going to you're going to come across more jerks to get to your prince. And I will tell you that I know this about my husband. I believe if I had met him at 310 pounds, he would not have given me another glance. So, and that's not saying he's a bad person, because at this point in my life, if like, heaven forbid, something happened to Bob and I was dating again, I also wouldn't be with someone who was 310 pounds. I mean, unless you're 7 feet tall, or unless you're a strong man. Because I want to be with someone who's fit. I want to be with someone who we can go do fun things with, that, you know, if we want to go hiking, or like when we go to Jamaica and we want to do an excursion, I want to be with someone who can do those things. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I know, so when I was in high school, I didn't really start dating till I was 16. I mean, which is average. I mean, but my friends all had boyfriends in middle school. Like, I remember a couple of the girls like started dating their boyfriends in 7th grade and dated them all through high school. And so I had a couple of serious boyfriends in high school, and then, you know, I was married at 18. But I definitely think dating as a thinner person's easier. You have more choice. I will tell you that.
Oh, DM me, you know, your dad probably DM'd me multiple times.
See?
I'll hear people talk about their type, and it's like the wispy white girl in the wind. I'm also learning that those people just aren't for me.
I did date a fatphobe though.
We all have.
The last person I dated during quarantine, they hit it. They hit it so well. They hit it.
I have no problem getting people.
See?
Not even talking about relationships and dating, but hookups?
She's good.
Okay, but I think most people can find someone to hook up with. Is that what's going to bring you long-term happiness? Maybe certain people it is what brings them long-term happiness. Me, I've never been that kind of hook up and like hit it and quit it kind of person. I like relationships.
I don't even want to know. Serenaded.
Darn.
Serenaded.
Was there a big moment in your life that changed how you felt about your body?
There was this one specific point in college where I was at like a mall. I was like, well, none of this is gonna, you know, work on me. So I went into Claire's because that's the only place that had like accessories. I got some like fake zebra print glasses. I got like this huge fake pink flower to put in my hair. And that's the first time that I was like, all right, we're gonna make it work.
I mean, I feel like I fought with my body my whole life. And then I really do feel like it kind of turned on me when I put on all the weight after I had my children. You know, I had been steadily gaining weight. And then when Jaden was born, I weighed 275. She was born in November, and by February of that year, I was 310 pounds. So I put it on pretty quick. Yes, I did. And for me, that was really pivotal because I was like, this is getting a million times worse, and I can't do this anymore. And then when I remember getting down, I remember getting into we call it Wonderland, where your weight starts with a 1 instead of a 2 or a 3 or whatever. And I remember I hit 199 and I was like, holy shit, I can do this. I can really do this. And I didn't have to starve myself, and I was just being smart about things, and now like I have such an appreciation for my body and what it can do, and like how I can transform myself. Like, I feel like the switch turned in me over this last year, like quarantine, and I trained harder than I ever have and more than I ever had besides college. And then now with the diet, and then I've got like, you know what, get yourself some friends who are into the same sport as you, because let me tell you what, these women are so supportive. There's another pro that Helly works with and their friends, and like she's on my page encouraging me. She's like, hey, I heard you're cutting for a trip. Let's do it, girl. Because I see her, because she's in prep right now, and I'm like, damn. Like, she hopped on prep, and the body fat, boom, gone. Like, she had a little Ponza. She doesn't now. She's got this yoked back. Like, she is ripped. Veins all in her chest. Like, looks amazing. Hi, Gina. But she's on my page encouraging me. Helly's encouraging me. Marcia's encouraging me. The girls at the gym are encouraging me. Like, these people in my life are like, you got this. You can do this. Okay, am I being, like, living in a fantasy land that's going to be hard? No, but I appreciate what my body can do now so much more. And I realized that the power it was like fucking Wizard of Oz. The power was with me all along.
Because you cannot not be you.
First person that I date in college dumped me because I was fat. When I was like, excuse me, I was fat since the beginning of the subscription. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. The way that I was thinking at the
that was
beginning
funny.
of the relationship is that I wanted to be affirmed by him and be told that I was beautiful. So I put.
And so that is something I think everyone has to learn, regardless of your size, is that you have to, you shouldn't need anyone else's confirmation or affirmation that you're good enough or whatever. So that's good that's good.
Put all my eggs in his basket and thinking that he was going to make me feel like a valued person, and by him making me feel valued meant that I was. And that's when I woke up and I said, I can no longer allow other people to give me the value that I need and deserve. The moment that you discover the idea that you don't have to hate yourself as a fat person, your world literally crumbles down.
So I don't think anyone should hate themselves. And I also believe that if you truly love yourself, you're going to want to take care of the body that you're in, that you're going to want to give it the highest quality food that you can. You're going to want to move it every day, get your movement in. You don't have to go bodybuild 6 days a week. Go walk a couple miles a day. Like, you need to move your body. We are literally made to move.
And it discovers this like whole new paradise.
There was one time you and we were getting ready to go to this ASOS party with Ryan. And I remember you were looking at me like, you're really beautiful. And the way you said that, like, changed my life.
Oh,
See, you need friends like that. You do. You need to surround yourself with the right people.
I see.
Being your friend and meeting our other friends was revolutionary for me because I never had a community like that.
I dated someone in high school who was in eating disorder recovery. They like posted on Facebook an article about fat positivity and like body positivity. You know, you don't have to like treat your body this way. And I was like, wow. That was when I stopped dieting.
That's a whole other video. The body positivity community has gone amok, has gone haywire. And I just don't think that continuing to gain weight whilst you're already morbidly obese is body positive. And it's not.
So I dieted like from 8 years old to say 16. I'm still friends with them.
And when people say, well, diets fail, it's your lifestyle. You have to change your lifestyle. You can't have a diet for 8 weeks, lose 30 pounds, and then go back to the bullshit you were doing. You have to change your lifestyle.
think we're gonna get married still to this
Oh,
day.
okay. If they text in the next 5 seconds, it's meant to be. 5, 4, 3.
How does it feel to see plus size models and actors and actresses in the spotlight?
They better say the right fucking thing right now, because if they don't, I'm probably going to flip my lid and I'm going to have to end the video.
Do you feel like they're pandering to you?
I'm a plus size model and actor. I do both of those things. Specifically in modeling, I do often feel like a tool of capitalism.
I agree with you, and I thought
If you feel like a tool of capitalism, sweetheart, you're in the wrong fucking business then. How that makes me so mad, because if we don't have representation of big bodies, small bodies, all bodies of all colors, trans, straight, all the rainbow of the LGBTQ alphabet, if we don't have that representation, then they're going to be on another fucking video complaining about that. What the fuck? You're a tool of capitalism. Then don't model and act. Oh my God.
the same thing, but the other day I had this thought.
Okay, I'm ready.
The fact that you just exist as a fat person is an act of rebellion, and the fact that you are a fat model, it's just like the biggest middle finger to like society and like diet culture.
True.
I would have loved to see the representation that is out now, which isn't
Okay,
even
good.
like
Thank you.
phenomenal, but it's more than I had growing up. I don't feel pandered to. I feel
Good.
excited.
That's what I needed when I was
There.
younger, and that's why I tried.
Okay, I'm stopping here because this video is already long, but I had a feeling this would make me angry. Look, my whole thing that I hate, and I don't care how you identify, where you come from, what your sex is, any of that. The thing I hate the most is a victim mentality. You can talk to my friends from back when I was a kid to when I started mentoring people with weight loss surgery. And my whole thing was you need to be the victor, not the victim, because you choose to be a victim. And I 100% believe that. And, you know, I'm sorry, but being obese and having too much body fat is not healthy. It's not good. You can't convince me that you love yourself and stay that way, because science is science, and the science is out there that being morbidly obese is unhealthy and it will shorten your life. So I don't understand how that's fatphobic. But if people want to stay in the victim mentality, then that's what they can do, because at least here in America, you've got that freedom. So thank you guys for joining me. Everything's going really great with the Heli diet. I'm down like 5 pounds in 5 days, basically. And inches are coming off like crazy. Marcia and I are training really hard. So things are going really good. So I feel very positive about hitting 19% body fat by 18 July, the day before we leave for Jamaica. So thank you guys so much again for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.